Hello, today we're going to look at working out the surface area of a three-dimensional object. The surface area of a flat object like the floor is just length times breadth, but a three-dimensional object has other obviously dimensions. Let's have a look at a shape, for instance. Let's try this one. This is, well, could be a door wedge or a chock for an aircraft or something like that, a power chock. And we need to work out the surface area. The very good reason for working out the surface area of this, or one reason we need, is that we might be going to coat it with a certain material, oxidize it, and we might be able to galvanize it, or we might be going to paint it or coat it with something, powder coating for instance. We need to know, if we're making 1 million widgets, then we need to know how much coating we need to buy, and therefore we need to work out what the surface area is of the object. Now, this object is broken down, in my opinion, into two parts. Really, there's what might be considered a rectangular block there, and here what might be considered a prism. A prism is any object, any solid object which has its cross-section area is consistent throughout its whole length. That could be a tube and so on, but this is a triangular prism. Now, what we need to do to work out the surface area is to add up the relevant surface areas of all the different sides and facets. And the facets are need to be defined. So let's have a look at this one here. I'm going to start here. You don't have to start here. You can start where you like. And I'm going to use the letter A to define or to identify what that particular area is. I'm using A because if you use 1, well, you're confusing numerical values with annotations. In this particular case, A is half the base. It's half this area, this length here, times the height. Now, why? Okay, well, all triangles are half of a rectangle, even if the rectangle happens to be a square. It doesn't matter. All triangles are half a rectangle. Therefore, we have half the base times the height. We could have half the height times the base. The answer is still the same. But how many of them are there? Well, there's 2 A's because there's one there and there's one there. So we need to put down 2 times 2. There's 2 of them. Let's identify another area that we need to look at. Here we have B. B is a flat surface, and it's equal to the, now in this case it's not height, this is slant height, so therefore let's call it the width times the breadth. How many of this area B is there in the solid object? Well, there's only 1, so leave it alone. That's fine. Let's identify another one, C. Let's call that C. This area here, C, is again the width times the breadth. And again, it is only times 1. There's only 1 of them. There isn't another one. Shall we, okay, A, B, C, oh, okay, D. Now, D is different. D, you might consider to be the width times the height. Does it matter? And because I've separated off this prism from the rest of the shape, then we can have D is times 2. Let's have a look at another one. E. E is, if you like, height times length. And there is not only one E here, there's another one there. So that is times 2 again. Carry on. Let's identify another area. F. F equals, now, given that we're given these dimensions, which we will be given, is going to be this dimension here times that dimension there. So F, and there's only one of them, so F is height times breadth. And it's times 1. Now let's have a look. Have we? I think we've got all of them now. Have we got that? We've got that. Oh no, hang on a minute. We haven't got this one. G. G equals length times depth. Sorry about all the words. And how many, well, it's the base, isn't it? How many bases are there through this particular object? There's only one. So that's fine. So the overall surface area of this object is A plus B plus C plus D plus E plus F plus G. Whoops. Bearing in mind that there is times 2 A's times 2 D's and times 2 E's. So it's A times 2 plus B plus C plus D times 2 plus E times 2 plus F plus G. The answer? Is always in units squared. If the units are meters, then the answer will be in meters squared. I hope that helps. Thank you.